On the back of a few flagship smartphone releases this year with premium price tags, think the likes of the Samsung Galaxy S20, the Oppo Find X2 Pro, and the upcoming devices such as the Huawei P40 and the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, it got me thinking if premium flagships like these are worth buying anymore, especially since they're so expensive. And when you think about mid-range smartphones, which have been closing the gap on these premium flagships over the past year, especially in terms of performance and camera capabilities, you think about phones like the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite, the Huawei Nova 5T, Oppo Reno 2, and even the Vivo S1 Pro, especially when you consider how cheap they are compared to their premium flagship counterparts. I'm starting to think that maybe these mid-range smartphones are the new flagships. What makes a phone good in 2020? In my opinion, I think it has to be an all-rounder, and I think mid-range smartphones nowadays are exactly that. Take the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 Pro, which has a MediaTek Helio G90T chipset, which is a gaming processor. On top of that, 6GB of RAM and a 4500 mAh battery. Its performance is exceptional, and as proof of that, the Redmi Note 8 Pro is the second highest scoring mid-range smartphone on Antutu benchmarks, and that's more impressive when you realize it retails only at 1,100 ringgit. Plus, you can get it cheaper now via Xiaomi's online stores. Now, the Redmi was the second highest scoring one. What about the highest scoring mid-range smartphone? That title goes to the Huawei Nova 5T, which has a Kirin 980 chipset. That is a flagship processor. On top of that, you get 8GB of RAM and it costs only 1,399 ringgit. Now, these two phones that I mentioned alongside with most mid-range smartphones can handle all your video games with no problems. And I mean all of it, including Mobile Legends, Call of Duty, PUBG, and on top of that, it provides snappy performance with multitasking capabilities with no problems at all. Now, that's what you judge a phone nowadays, right? On how it performs, how it feels, and these phones definitely feel quite flagship. But of course, these are only just a few examples of really good mid-range smartphones. There are obviously more out there. Now, these phones can also definitely take great photos. The Redmi Note 8 Pro has a 64MP main lens, which is pixel bin to give you 30MP shots. You may recall the camera comparison video that we did with the Xiaomi Mi Note 10. Speaking of the Xiaomi Mi Note 10, that phone is a mid-ranger as well that has a 108MP lens. The only other phone that has that lens in Malaysia right now is the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, which, if you remember correctly, cost 4,999 ringgit, double the amount of the Xiaomi. Now, with high-res lenses means high-res shots, meaning you can tweak around with it, post-edit, and it will still give you really clear shots. And to be able to get that on a mid-range smartphone is absolutely bonkers. Now, another great mid-range smartphone with great cameras is the Vivo V17 Pro that cost 1,499 ringgit. It's got a 48MP quad camera setup. Now, what's even more impressive about the phone is that it has two selfie cameras, a 32MP main camera and an 8MP ultra-wide lens. On top of that, the phone feels like a flagship smartphone. Trust me, because I reviewed it. And to get all those packed into a phone that costs below 2,000 ringgit is absolutely awesome. But we're not done yet. What about affordable options from flagship series like the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite? That offers you the ever-trusty One UI software plus the S Pen experience, all for 2,299 ringgit. It's definitely got a flagship build quality alongside the Note 9's processor and the Note 8's camera setup, which by all means are also flagships of their time. Now, at this point, what does a premium flagship offer? Well, you're paying the extra money for the extra bells and whistles, especially the absolute newest in technology, such as, wireless charging, high refresh rate screens, HDR10 support, and stuff like this that may not be absolutely necessary. Now, those features definitely do add to the experience of using the smartphones, but flagships like, say, the Oppo Find X2 Pro or the Samsung Galaxy S20 or even the iPhone 11 will remain just that, premium. Premium means a luxury, and not everyone needs a luxury. And honestly, mid-range smartphones are the new, functional, high-performing, good-looking flagships of the modern era. And they are all-rounders, which I absolutely love, and they cost so much less than their premium counterparts. For now, we can look forward to upcoming mid-range devices such as the Vivo V19, Redmi Note 9, and the Realme 6 Pro. all of which are shaping up to be even better mid-range smartphones than the ones that I've mentioned so far. So maybe this year, before you go for your S20, before you go for your iPhones, or before you go for your Huawei P40, why not give mid-range smartphones a shot? They may surprise you. Now let us know what you think. If you're gonna go for a mid-range smartphone, tell us which one you'd get and tell us why. If you wanna stick with a premium flagship, do tell us why as well down in the comments below. This is Victor signing off. Until next time, remember to like and subscribe.